Many of my clients believe they serve a niche and they don't really do it. They have a product and they pray that someone's gonna find it. Do you wanna know if you're doing the same mistake? Here's a quick test. Can you name who your product was not developed to serve? And if you're going like, well, let me break that to you. You do not have a niche. You have a wish list. So what I want to do here is break down the 5 main mistakes that people do when they are trying to choose or build a niche. Very first one is the luxury niche. Those are the clients that come to me and they tell me, oh, I have a luxury product because I have the best ingredients, the best formulation. And that's honestly is just the entry ticket. Ingredients is not equal luxury. Anyone can make a very, very good product with very expensive ingredients and still be budget. So let's talk about a very controversial and luxury brand, La Mer. They don't go around saying we have kelp that has been fermented for 3 to 4 months. They just say this is the miracle broth, and that's it. They don't over explain it, they don't really try to convince people. They understand that luxury is not about what is inside the product. Luxury is the story that wrap your product. It's the whole experience that your customer gonna feel when they're buying your product, when you're listening to your story. That's luxury. Everything else is just trying to be cool, important, expensive. The second one is actually very common and is a conversation that I have many, many times with my clients. And it is those people that come to me and they tell me, you know what, Diego, I'm gonna do a niche product. So we develop the persona, we try to understand the pain points, and when I deliver the persona, they look at me and they have this very big eyes and say, can we try to reach more people? And at this moment, I have to say, well, if this is a niche, this is not for everyone. This is for a very few slice of the population. They're gonna identify with the product so strongly that they wanna buy it. Let's take, for example, Aesop. Aesop doesn't make skincare for everyone. They make apothecary grade soap or skincare for people that believe that buying it is actually a philosophical choice. Their stores look like libraries, and that specificity, it is what a real niche looks like. You cannot have niche economy without taking the niche risk. Doesn't work like this. The third one is a more philosophical conversation that I have with a few clients. And everyone comes to me and they say, I want to have this product to feel like affordable luxury. And this is actually very dangerous because luxury is not affordable, and budget brands should not be aiming to become a luxurious brand. Here's the thing, budget is not about price, it is about a mindset. So, for example, take Ordinary. I really believe that Ordinary nailed this down really, really well. Minimal formulation, really clean aesthetics, transparent pricing, and their clients don't feel like I'm settling for this because I cannot buy that. They actually feel smart about the choice they made. They feel like they hacked the whole system. So if you're trying to design a budget product, don't promise luxury. Promise value. That's what this audience is really looking for. The fourth one is the community lie. A lot of brands come to me and they tell me I'm gonna build and nurture a community, and I ask, okay, so what are you standing against? Because communities don't grow from thin air, and communities don't grow around people that you just love. Community needs a bad guy so you can fight against it. If you don't have a very strong stand against something else, you can never build a strong and very viable community because people are not going to be emotionally engaged with your story. Let's take as an example Krave Beauty. They didn't just develop a cleanser. They created war against those 12 steps beauty process that we are seeing in skincare. Their enemy was the whole industry. Overexfoliation, fast beauty, the pressure to buy another product. They said, this is not good. We need maybe 1 or 2 products and that's it. So if you cannot tell what your community gonna be standing against, you're never gonna have a really big community. You're gonna have a bunch of emails in a list, but that's very different. The last one is confusing functional differentiation with niche. There are a lot of products that try to say we are better because we have this unique process or we have this very different technology, but those are really functional differentiation, and people don't connect in this level. To build a niche, you need a emotional connection with their clients. So let's talk about Tatcha. They have this amazing technology, Hadasai 3 complex, but they don't really go branding and marketing saying our fermented complex of enzymes, they're amazing for rejuvenating people or hydrating people. That's not what they do. What they do is selling a product for people that want harmony and quiet in this world that doesn't really shut up, not even for a second. The cream they're selling is just the vehicle they're gonna bring this audience to this moment of quiet. So the tech enables the position, but the tech is not the position in itself. That's very important to understand. To conclude this, if you cannot describe who chooses your product and what this choice really means about this group of people, you don't have a niche. You have a wishful thinking. When you start talking about the process and the product, instead of talking about the people and the emotion that your product is gonna create, you're trying to find a way to connect all the technology and all the unique selling points that you have created in, to an audience that might not be willing to engage with your product because deep down you missed the target. You didn't understand what your audience really want. If you're confused about niche and how to talk with this audience, drop me a line. I promise I can help you with that. As my daughters say, talk to you later, alligator.